But Rishabh, you know, ever since I started driving, there have been so many SUVs that have been launched. But Jeeps still seem to have a charm of their own.
I agree with you, Kamya. In fact, I also think that Vikram Gaur will agree with you because he's been a big fan of the Jeeps and he's got his hands on a very special Jeep, the Mahindra Thar, for a very special journey. Now, I'm not going to tell you too much about it. I'm going to let Vikram do the talking.
Thar, a desert in northwest India. The Thar, a goat-like animal native of the Himalayas. But the one we're going to talk to you about has the ability to traverse geographies and boundaries. Literally. The Mahindra Thar made its debut late in 2010 and its retro Jeep looks have been an immediate hit. For off-road aficionados, the Thar is the vehicle to have. And the demand that the Thar has witnessed has been nothing short of stellar. Now, Vikram is a self-confessed off-roader and on many an occasion, he has been questioned about his love affair with Jeeps.
This is a vehicle that's more than just a commitment or a nice thing parked in your garage. It's a full-time relationship. It's a lifestyle statement. And in fact, it's the only relationship you can fix with a hammer.
A Jeep allows you to break free, explore the unknown, and brings a new meaning to the term geography. A great 4x4 machine is the ultimate adventure accessory, and that is probably why the Jeep remains popular even today.
Until the Thar came around, the market has been rather devoid of a 4x4 lifestyle machine. You go back in the day, Mahindra did have a few vehicles in its stable, such as the MM540, the 550 and the Classic. All three of them did serve the purpose of being a great 4x4 machine, but they were a little too utilitarian for the time. It's been a decade since Mahindra pulled the plug on those, and it's also been a rather sad time for Jeepers. Why, you may ask? Well, we've had to resort to building our 4x4 dream machines out of the scrap heaps of metal that have been left behind. That was then. Now, with the advent of the Thar, life has changed, because the Thar fills that void in the market like no other.
Having said that, it's clear that it's the sense of adventure that draws Vikram to the Thar. Its retro looks, powerful diesel CRDE engine, 4x4 capability combined with the comfort of having independent front suspension and a reasonably good ride quality make it the ultimate choice to take on an adventure trip. With the vehicle prepped and Vikram all packed, the time had come for him to make his way to the mountains to take part in the Mahindra Monestry Escape.
The Mahindra Monastery Escape is essentially a 10-day trip from Delhi up to Leh, across in the mountains to Srinagar, and then down back to Delhi. It's over 2,600 kilometers of driving. It's grueling, it's tiring, and you're driving on some of the harshest, roughest terrain that this planet has to offer. If you're looking for a sense of adventure that will spice up your otherwise mundane life, let me tell you that driving through this mountain range is possibly the best adventure you can find. It's got all the ingredients of the greatest drive on this planet. You're driving through the roughest terrain. It's tough, it's harsh, you need to be prepped, and there's a lot of excitement and enjoyment packed in. It's the best drive that this planet has to offer.
About 25 4x4 Mahindra vehicles, which included a large number of Scorpios, a few Boleros and 2 Thars, made up the convoy that snaked through the mountains on this adventure trip. The journey proved to be as promising as it sounds, and each day the participants were witness to breathtaking views and a landscape that you can't find anywhere on this planet. Vikram, of course, was having a blast with the Thar.
Telling us more about the Mahindra Monestry Escape is Mr. Raj Kapoor, who is the team leader of the expedition as well as part of the organization committee. Hi Raj.
Hi Vikram.
So tell me Raj, what is the Monastery Escape all about?
Well, the Monastery Escape is primarily an adventure drive, part of the Mahindra Adventure Initiative, to let owners, Mahindra owners as well as potential owners, experience what the vehicle stands for, what the DNA stands for. And the idea of taking this expedition to Ladakh was primarily that people could experience the vehicle in the actual off-road surroundings and conditions that the roads there offer. Effects of high altitude tend to make people lightheaded, they can't breathe, they can't concentrate. So trying to drive long hours where you're doing close to about 400 kilometers or 300 kilometers a day over those really tough mountain roads is a real test and a challenge for just about anybody. The expedition went through Somari, came into Leh, rested for a day there, and then people did day trips to Pagongso or Nubra, and then was the killer drive, which was Leh to Srinagar in one single day. Not many people try that because the roads are bad and a lot of convoy movement, but the whole expedition went through in flying colors. Everybody managed to do that and get into Srinagar in good time. So a rest day in Srinagar, and then the mother of all drives, Srinagar to Delhi in one single day. So almost about 1,000 kilometers. I'm sure that at the end of it, everyone who's a part of this will come out discovering something new about himself and what he's capable of doing.
On an adventure such as this, there's only one certainty, and that is to be prepared for the unexpected. You got temperatures that soar from the noon temperature being high, where you want to rip off your clothes, to evening temperatures like this, where you just want to pile on more clothes. You got the terrain which is shaking you up, it's shaking your vehicle up, but yet we persist on. The story with us and the Thar on this Monastery Escape shall continue, and our adventure shall continue. One of the best things about the Monastery Escape organized here by Mahindra is the fact that you can stop, take your time, have a cup of tea, and enjoy the beautiful scenery. It's not a rally where you're stuck for time and have to get from point A to point B in a certain time. Here, the schedule has been made for you to sort of lay back and enjoy the trip and have an adventure of sorts, which is a 5-star adventure.
More than just a marathon drive, the Mahindra Monastery Escape also proved to be a journey of mixed emotions, from excitement to self-discovery and even humbling at times. Such is the nature of the mountains. In fact, this event was planned to be such a journey, and to share with us the details, we had with us Bijoy.
I've been on these mountains and I know what it feels like, and there's no parallel to it. And driving a car at 15,000 feet and above gives you the kind of thrill which is unmatchable. And I wanted this experience to be shared with enthusiasts, and when I started working with Mahindra Adventure, one of the first things to do was to put together the Monastery Escape. 10 days of driving in the mountains, the greatest mountains of them all, experiencing the thrills, the spills, and the emotions that comes with it. It's a total package. You can't explain things, some things in words, and that's what Monastery Escape is all about.
Participants came from all over the country and some from abroad as well, each of them having their own story to tell.
If you need to go see the mountains with snow, you have it here. If you want to go see the lakes, you have it here. You have much better canyons and mountain ranges here.
The Himalayas, to say the least, are breathtakingly beautiful, and it's almost like seeing a painting around every corner.
For me personally, it's been a fantastic trip. It really has been, and enjoyed every bit of it.
Some of the most treacherous roads, and a fine bunch of folks, dying along.
We've had a really difficult time, and as photographer and as a driver, everybody has had lots of new experiences.
All the cars racing against each other, the dust falling on our faces was one hell of an experience. Life-changing experience in many respects. It's driving through terrain that I never even knew existed in this country, and it's been a phenomenal experience.
The most amazing thing for me was the trip to Kargil. I mean, it was phenomenal seeing what our army men had done for us in that terrain.
I thought the long drives would be tiring, but just looking at the landscape and hearing the radio talks made it brilliant.
Everybody breathe well and have lots of water.
As for Vikram, he came seeking adventure and he got it. Water crossings, bumpy roads, no roads, dust flying everywhere, yet the vehicle stomped right through. Brilliant performance from the Thar, and we're sure if Vikram had it his way, he would choose the Thar as the vehicle of choice for any adventure trip.
If you're a true jeeper and you're looking for adventure, there's no better place than being out here at the final frontier. Up here in the mountains, it's just brilliant. The terrain, the atmosphere, the thin air, it all just puts so much amount of pressure, not just on the car, but on you as well. It's an adventure like no other.
Fantastically put together, the Mahindra Monastery Escape really proved to be a 5-star adventure. While the driving did get tedious at times, the evenings were all about unwinding, having a good time, and even enjoying the local culture, which included programs like the local dances performed in Leh.
Along our journey over the last few days, we have been staying at decent places, but the one that sticks out the most has to be our stay here in Srinagar. We're here at Nagin Lake, and we're checked into a brilliant looking houseboat.
Most of these houseboats are about 30 years old, and each boat takes about a year to build. It's a complete wooden structure, and the attention to detail is par excellence, offering a fantastic uncluttered view, a comfortable stay, and a chance to reminisce about the journey. Nothing could have been better. After a good day's rest, and as the sun set on Srinagar, Vikram had to prepare for his final day's drive back to Delhi. One thing, however, was for sure. With all the participants going back with a bag full of memories, new friends, and the experience of a great drive.
Yes, my Thar has held up. It's been an impeccable drive and a true partner on this trip. And before I say goodbye, I will let you know that my Jeep stories will continue, because my journey with the Thar has just begun.